So this was like a really hesitant play by you, and something that doesn't make much sense, right? Look at your team. You have no op. So if you're gonna go middle, it's actually a lot better to peek it right away than it is to just do what you're doing, where you like let your teammate go first and stuff like that. Had you peeked right away, well, first let's just show what happens. You kind of let your teammate go in front of you. He takes position at the box. You throw. There's like a weird smoke thrown. I think that was by you around the connector that the guy's seen above. Now, had you just peeked right away, if he doesn't have a good spawn to window, you're going to take control. And then you can immediately, span across, maybe take control of catwalk, maybe smoke out window, bomb a flash here, and then peek connector or something like that. But if you notice your team doesn't have an op, there's no reason for you to be taking that slowly. You're only giving the CTs a chance to set up by having one smoke A ramp, one come connector, one peak window room, and one come catwalk, right? 3 angles of attack. So it's a lot better if you take control as quickly as possible, especially because you had a good spawn. Take control as quickly as possible, and then you're able to see that they're not window, which means they don't have a good spawn, which means by the time they get connector, you're already going to be up here peeking catwalk and set up for catwalk. Bam, you can get the catwalk kill, you could bank a flash off here, you could peek here towards window, hold that, etc, etc. Now if this guy's coming towards connector, he knows you're on the right side, he's peeking here, he might start peeking out, your teammate peeks from maybe here or here, and the dominoes start to fall. So peeking that early is what you need to do in that situation. Again, you have a good spawn and you're taking this painfully slowly and strangely as well. This smoke would be much better used if you want to take it this slowly, just throwing it from spawn and smoking out window and then going from there. Like, this is doing nothing to help you right now. You walking across this box, you walk peeking that was terrible, okay? If someone was posted on you, it's a free kill. If you wide peek it, you might be able to kill them though. Also, anytime you see the smoke, people are going to jump on this and look above it every single time. So you got to watch out for that. Because I know you die there. So as of now, I see very what's it called? Like tentative play, if I'm using that word right. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm using that word right. But anyways, like your play is like almost like you're second guessing yourself, and that's like one of the worst things you could do in Counter-Strike is like second guessing yourself. If you're gonna peek this, peek out confidently, wide peek it, and headshot the guy. Like, he's gonna be there, and you're gonna headshot them. Take control of the map. Don't ever walk peek a position like this, right? It's like super easy for them to kill you if you do. Wide peek it and peek with confidence. So that's a pretty big problem that I see right now. So this right here was a really poor job of clearing under balcony. Under balcony is by far the most common spot, right? So when you get out of this smoke, look how you're clearing it. Okay? Right here you could have died, you could have died, you could have died, you could have died. You didn't even clear the corner. You could have died in a million different spots, right? And this guy's just sitting up here. So next time you clear that, try to come close to this, and if you peek him from here and you see him, you could shoot and then crouch and really fuck him up. Or if you don't peek him, you can come across this corner and start like spraying through here before you come and jiggle peeking a little bit, and then get the shot off on him, because you didn't see anybody up until this point. So the most common spots are under balc, on top of balc, or here. Okay, and that's what you got to really focus on. You could focus on this solely while your teammates span across here and check here and on top of balcony. But yeah, you were the guy that should have checked under balcony. You should have checked it, a lot better than you did there. So right here, you guys are throwing a fake and going B with the bomb. Your guys are able to get the bomb down. I don't know what you're doing right here. You're in a lurk position right now. You needed to get up here as quickly as you could, okay? And then peek towards catwalk after a few seconds. This is good what you're doing right now. Right here, like this honestly just should have been a kill. It just should have been a kill. You should have been ready for that. And then right when you get to here, okay, and you get that kill on that guy flanking, this is 100% the angle you have to worry about. People are going to hold this angle. So you should have peeked that, crouch peeked it, and then right after you crouch peek that, got to here after you got that kill, killed the cat flank, and then 1v1 the bomb diffuser. That's what should have happened that round. So this is a really good smoke that you're throwing, and it's good that you know this, but you shouldn't be throwing it by yourself, right? You want everybody throwing it with you. You do a good job getting up a ramp here. You actually saw that guy, by the way. As soon as he dies here, you should have just held. You should have just waited for that guy to peek instead of like trying to do anything. The only way you're going to win this round is this guy gets antsy, he peeks, you kill him, and then you react afterwards, right? You kind of like got a little confused and then looked away. You needed to know where he died from. It was obvious it was either spawn or that box, the triple box, and you need to just post and get that kill. And then after you get that kill, right, that's when you react to everything else. That's when you peek up here, see if anybody's here. If they are, get that kill. You drop down, you start slow peeking spawn. If one's there, you kill them. You move up here so that you're not seen from spawn and start clearing these angles, etc., etc. This was really good by you. This anticipation right here was really, really good. And start thinking in these type of thought processes, right? That anticipation to kill that guy was really, really nice. And it was pretty good crosshair placement too. And that's something that you could do every time, actually. You know, every time you do this, if there's a smoke here, especially, a lot of people are going to run through that smoke. And you could come here, you could post for a second. If you don't see them, then you start clearing under bulk, or maybe throw an underhand flash in front of you while you clear under bulk or something like that. But that anticipation was very good. This right here, when you're going to B, is just terrible spacing. So you got to capitalize off this guy's death, or else this guy's death is meaningless. And you're not nearly close enough for him to be next to him to capitalize off that trade. Had you been close enough, as soon as he starts shooting at him, you could spin out and pre-fire. He was right here. You could have just spinned out, pre-fired, killed him, right? Instead, you leave it in like terrible position, right? You're in a 1v3 now, and there was no guarantee that you were going to kill this guy. He just relocated. He could have just spotted you and then followed back and stuff like that. As far as this clutch is concerned, this spot right here, like right where you planted, is really tough for you to be in, right? Because they could peek you from almost every angle. You need to get in a spot right after you kill that guy, or right after you plant the bomb, to maybe push towards catwalk, where you could start 1v1ing people. You could kill the person flanking cat. You can go like this, kill one here. You could dodge the other one, and then when he starts planting, you can push them or something like that. So right here, two things I noticed. One, when you go to catwalk, you start walking here for some reason. Don't. If you're going catwalk to peak middle, get there as fast as you can, especially with the USP, which is good to do, by the way, because obviously you have, really good gun advantage versus Glocks. Now right here, when they're taking the A site, you should have just dropped down and just posted up like right on these stairs and just waited, right? One's in the A site, one's to the left. Hiding here is really bad. You should be peeking like in and out, making sure you don't die, but making sure they see you. So you come here, you're like this, you shoot, you crouch down. You pop back up, you shoot, you crouch down. That's what you should be doing. Because if you're doing that, then all of a sudden this guy peeks out and kills the guy, right? If this guy's peeking you, then all of a sudden this guy comes up, shoots him in the back. So all you want to do is keep eyes on you to help your teammates, and your teammates should be doing the same. So this was like a severe over-rotate, and you're pretty lucky you didn't get punished for it, right? Again, stop walking right here. If you're going to peek right away. You jump down, you just assume they're taking a site, you fall over here, none of your teammates are even dead. You drop down here, and what could have been disastrous, right? First off, if someone was posted on that spot, they know exactly where you are right now, they're nading you, they're molotoving you, you're pretty much a dead man walking at this point, right? I mean, look, this guy knows exactly where you are. Luckily your teammates take care of it. But if you're on catwalk, you're kind of on like you're the guy that the lurker is looking to kill. So there could have been a lurker underpass walking up behind you. This guy was behind the box at middle. You're the target, okay? Which means that you have to be on lurk patrol. You got to be rotating slowly, carefully, and very methodically, not just jumping down and rushing, okay? So right after you get this kill, it's pretty counterproductive for you to actually fall back here. You kill this guy after your middle window guy dies, right? But right after you kill him, it's a lot better if you just watch catwalk and connector from catwalk, right? And then you tell one of your teammates at A to go and watch the window room instead of you falling back and watching the window room. Or you can have your B guy watch that from here, where he's watching this and he's watching this or something like that. but you giving up that connector control is really important. Imagine if this T is walking through connector right now and going right here and just waiting, right? That's probably a kill on your CT. So sometimes you got to understand that it's better to have less movement rather than more movement. And right here, look at how vulnerable your B guy is. You have a pretty quick rotate to the window room, but against good players, they're not going to give you that kill. Whereas this kill is like always going to be there for you, right? They can't exit B without you seeing them from catwalk. So if your B guy spots them and you're on catwalk, you're there. So not only are you going to have a stronger middle connector and A, you're also going to have a stronger B if you stayed on catwalk instead of moving. Alright, so that's enough of this demo. You were hitting some nice shots in the second half when you were opping around catwalk. But the thing you mainly have to work on is being more decisive with your decision making. Even if you're making a wrong decision, as at least if you're making that decision quickly, it's better than waiting and then making a decision, right? Because Counter-Strike is a game of just milliseconds, and you need to be making those decisions as quickly as possible. So that's the main weakness I see right now. This has been Dave from NetcodeGuides.com. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.